guys is going to be joining us later, and we can't get in contact with the... So we're just going to get started.
Oh, wait, no, Tits does have space elves now. Never mind. I was gonna say they don't. Wait, there's no space elves in this game.
Yeah.
But we're like, wait, no, there are now. That they exist now.
Sylvanol.
No, we have a whole
What's
planet full of elves now.
Doll?
Yeah, doll. Those are
So-
space elves now.
It's literally just drow with tails.
You're welcome.
We did it, Reddit.
Yay!
Reddit? Has Reddit been asking for space elves?
Reddit won't even acknowledge us anymore, and they banned Fenn's subreddit.
That's amazing.
They banned his
Fucking
subreddit.
Yes.
Wow.
What for?
Nobody was moderating it.
That seems like a Reddit problem and not a.
Yeah, you'd think, but no.
Aren't they supposed to moderate the thing?
No.
No.
I mean, it's Reddit. It used to be the place with no moderation whatsoever, and you could do anything. But those days are long behind us.
And for those of you just tuning in, what's the thing where I can show everyone the token again? I forget.
Oh, I can remember.
It's something Z. I think it's Shift Z or Control Z.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. We figured it out. We all did it together. Sigi has a new token from her new token arts. She is now imbimbified.
Yay!
So, last time we wrapped up the tentacle monsters on this planet. Sieg left a nuke. It's pretty great.
She did a good job.
So you don't have to worry about the intentacling, probably. And you guys rescued a Ausar prince who has been missing for 300 years, presumably kept in stasis. And on your guys' way out, you notice something very unusual. It appears that the largest storm on the planet does not move from a centralized location, and many smaller storms come winging off of it. And when you approach through the eye of the storm, you beheld 3 great pyres, all spires even, not pyre, all jutting up into the sky very phallically and shooting lightning.
Also, very phallically.
Very phallically shooting lightning.
What, you guys don't get dick lightning?
I mean, Ziggy does.
It's true.
Also, Dick Lightning is my new private investigator.
Dick lightning. Yeah,
No, it's Dick
this planet-
Blitzen, clearly.
If you showed this planet to them Uvido folk, they would probably create this as their some kind of mech. Very, very lightningy, very storm guard or whatever they're called.
Oh god, you're right.
No, the neo-pagans. Join the neo-pagans. They have milfy cat girls.
Wait, what? Where do I sign up?
I'm in!
Alright. So, I put your tokens here in case you guys wanted to do a boarding party, or basically last time we left off with you guys having seen this place.
Is it safe to actually
Yeah.
land here?
Well, try not to land on the tower.
You're not my mom.
That seems like a bad idea. But, like, you could probably land here at the bottom.
Yeah, let's take a look around. I do want the prince and his royal guards in the brig.
Briganded?
Yes, in separate cells. I don't know their intentions at this point, so I don't want to take any chances with.
Smart.
Okay. They're all quite unconscious, so you can
Perfect.
easily just every time you try to lay your Marillion guards will, the Red Mirror will state that every time they've tried to lay Prince Ash in bed, he just assumes a position, so they just left him like that.
I suppose it's his natural state.
Yes. Much like this, it's like he's like a thermoplastic. Thankfully, it also means he bends but doesn't break.
All right. So you have brigged the personal guard and the prince. Would you like to sit down and form a away team?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look around.
Totally. Although I'm a little bit disappointed that there was no raucous applause for my once again performing sweet fucking moves with a gigantic ship.
Siggy struggles to clap anything except your cheeks from her current position, but she will give you a pat on the thigh.
Alright, that works.
You have the
Yeah.
ability to change your token in the character sheet, right? Or do you need me to do that? Or if
Uh,
you even wanted to do that.
If you want to tie it to a token, and I think we can actually change them. We can change the picture though, but
yeah,
you can
I
only
can
do the
change the
token
picture.
tying.
Let me just download Siggy's new token, actually. 2 seconds.
Oh, I accidentally deleted mine. I don't know if I actually have the token itself.
No. Kinathis.
I just have the original.
Give me a second, Kinathis.
Oh,
The gallery. Tabletop game. Art. Pass. PC tokens and the newest one, right? Here you go. Is this the one where she's looking slightly off to the left, right?
yeah, the one with more horn.
More
There you
horn.
go. Dropped that shit in ass.
Well, I'll don't say.
Yes, I
Alright,
dropped
so-
acid.
So how's this like? Okay, so we're disembarking from our ship and taking a look around.
Okie dokie. The air around here smells like ozone.
Is there actually like space enough to bring the ship down, or do we have to like shuttle our asses to the floor?
You can find a place to put the ship down. You can take the shuttle if you want to land closer, but it's not too far away. You'll be, a few hundred meters away. Look at me using the metric system.
Alrighty.
And no point in breaking out the shuttle for that. Just a bit of a walk.
Landing is a bad idea anyway. If weird fucking psychic shenanigans suddenly occur and our ship turns against us, then, if it's already in the air, then we've got a problem.
It's
Well,
fine.
we've-
Handle that shit like great big adventurers if it's already parked.
Well, we have run through a lot of the Star Trek tropes so far. The ship becoming sentient is par for the course.
Hey man, I get first dibs on fucking the ship. I mean, interfacing with the ship.
Me interfacing with the interface.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would be the person most at risk if
Exactly.
the ship went crazy.
Well, we've all seen the episode of Futurama.
Are the synthetic? So yeah, I mean, you would be the most at risk. I would, but thankfully we left our techie on the ship.
Yeah.
Alright. We had just landed on the planet. Again.
I parallel park the Argonaut. Well, it's not even parallel, I guess. It's too vertical for that.
Did you like, what's it called?
Just don't double park. I
had
don't
to
want
be-
any.
Got that beep beep backing sound and everything?
Yeah. Although admittedly I only make that noise like in my head. Same with having a clicker on like the ship's key. Clip clip. Ah, now stray sandwich turns up. A roast beef sandwich. I had a rare cracker. Just enough to line the tummy. I feel like I also want to take another crack at designing the tokens for shivs. Because I really like how simple the ass ones turned out. So, Hedrah, where were you at?
Well, A, at the computer. 2, I have the near OST going in my ear.
Oh, see what happened. Oh,
I'm back. Disregard the constabulary.
What did you do this time, Kinathis?
I was just watching a video of someone one-shotting one of the new current raid boss. And wow, I see what they were doing.
I see how we went wrong.
One of their, it's
Reckoning
one of,
bomb?
it's one of those, but like not quite bug, not quite an exploit, just an unintended consequence of some class mechanic.
What class?
This is shaman, an enhancement shaman. They
Oh, Wind
gathered up,
Fury.
they gathered up like 800 fucking mobs on themselves that couldn't kill, but it stacked up an effect on them. So when they took their summon into the boss room, they just turned around and slapped the boss, and it died.
Love it.
Just saving up a bunch of
It did.
impotent baby rage.
Did a similar thing in Uldir with one of the bosses there. It was a paladin, I think, that time.
Like, storing up like half an hour's impotent baby rage in order to slap a single boss seems 100% legitimate to me.
Anyway.
I just love the baby. Love it. Yeah, let me grab your token, Hedrah. There we are.
Some
Clunk. So yeah, I'll pull us up to park. I hit the little clicker.
Beep beep.
Yeah. And make sure the pets are on their leash so they, don't get up to mischief while I'm gone.
Okay, so Siduri with her fucking arc gun that she makes work on.
God, yeah, Siduri was an absolute fucking killing machine with that thing.
Yeah.
And be like, why the fuck didn't I give this to her earlier?
Yep.
Alright.
So what's it like near these big ol' lightning plinths? It called?
Well, the area smells of ozone. It's you would think it would be much windier than it is, but it's not. It is, however, fairly chilly, but that's the nature of this planet. The giant fucking plinths just kind of loom above you, and you can see what seems to be the remains of a path going up to the center of the most massive one.
Is lightning coming out of, like, arcing off of the plinths or onto it from the cloud?
Yes.
Both. Wonder
Wait,
if you...
I have a slight question. Does it seem like the weather is constant here?
Yeah.
It does not move. This storm does not move from this location. It's the most massive storm on the planet, and from it, all the other ones kind of spin off.
Okay,
You can
so
set
I'm
some
just...
kind of lightning collector.
Well, it's not that... Well, they have to draw, if you think about it, they have to draw power to the gates from somewhere.
You mean the gate and out in space?
Well, how else?
I mean, no lightning bolts coming off of the planet and going into space.
No, but they probably got some, like, transmitter that we probably
Kind
haven't
of
figured out or seen, found.
wireless energy transmitter.
Would be doable
You know, like
with
for our
this kind of...
phones.
Yeah, but on a massive scale.
There's a
I mean,
difference.
it's just galactic
Is it-
Wi-Fi.
The difference between contact charging and, like, charging a thing out in space from a planet.
Yes. And there's a
I'm gonna
thing
check
as
my
being
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Is gigantic lightning plinth anywhere on my Wi-Fi?
No. You find no pylons on your Wi-Fi.
Damn. All I can see is one named Flowers by Irene that I don't 100% trust.
Well, I was gonna say something, but there was initially about this, but it got sidetracked and my train of thought got lost because Kinathis.
Oh, sorry.
It was regarding all this stuff. God damn it.
My apologies.
No.
About energy transfer, maybe?
No, weather.
Yes. Okay.
It seems the weather is like the weather that's in here is constant, right?
Mhm.
Is it like really windy or just no wind at all?
You would think that it should be windier than it is, but it is not. There is only the slightest hint of a breeze where you stand.
Okay. The path, does it look eroded at all then?
The path itself does appear to be eroded, yes. It does not seem to be made of the same material as the pylons themselves.
Yeah, but that's the thing, if there's barely any wind, there's barely any erosion. If it's not raining, there's no water erosion.
It's true.
So how the hell could it have eroded if there's nothing that can cause it to erode?
Who knows?
Well, the difference is then that it's the thing hasn't been active for that long then in comparison.
The living creatures with oils on their fingers touching things.
Also a possibility, yes.
There must be some really big fingers and a lot of oil to erode this. If
Maybe
it's been
they
inside
have-
here.
Maybe they have giant meat scoops. You don't know.
Indeed. Wreck-It Ralph. A whole race of them.
They have glistening rumbas.
Well, let's go and take a look at the tower.
All right. So, as you approach, this does indeed loom over you, and the once you approach the great doors, there will be a small flash of light from the main entrance before it spirals into the doorway itself, creating a small webway of energy before slowly rumbling open.
Oh, just open. Hmm.
Well, that's surprising.
Yeah. Odd.
Just
Sure.
read these weapons here, just to be on the safe side.
My
Let's take
pants rolled.
a perception check. Let's see if there's probably no traps or anything. Who's good at looking for those things? Not me.
I mean, I'm excellent at a certain kind of trap spotting, and I suppose a different kind of trap spotting too. Let's peep. Activate peeper mode. And I guess I'll look through my super duper nerd scope. Let's see here.
Super duper nerd, you say?
Yeah. I'll check it in a couple of spectrums, including the ones for education. Proficient. Dolt. And no, I used my knack on piloting down here in the first place. I think.
Doesn't
But
that refresh?
Did I not? Oh no, I
Doesn't that
didn't use it
refresh
anyway.
your-
Short rest, but also I actually did not use it at that time, so I shall. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Give it another go.
freaking a nicky knack.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. The tower seems to open up on the inside, and you can see a faint blue glow. And you could swear you twitch your ears this way and that, and you strain, and with your big old doggo ears, you can hear singing.
Singing, huh?
Oh
Well-
no, we hear Fey Maiden's tunes. Quickly cover your ears. It's space sirens.
That's not. I don't think there are any. I mean, surely there aren't any Sula here.
That'd be pretty fucking metal, though. We come all this way, we save a prince, and then there are just fucking sirens waiting for us.
It turns
Obviously-
out that the Sula were precursor race. They just all got hit on the head and forgot.
And just
They were
They
caught
are
up.
make the whole motion of we have a 300-year-old or 300-year-old all-star prince on our ship, and they were psychic break plants.
Okay, yes, I suppose there could be weird psychic shit going on too.
Proceed with caution.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
But also,
taking
you know,
any
I
risk
don't
this
think-
time.
I don't think plugging my ears is gonna do shit, but I guess I'll tighten up my back.
Oh no, you need like a whole space sheet for that.
Yeah. I don't know, you notice these fucking ears are dope.
Well, let's proceed with caution and take a look inside.
I
My
prance forward.
curiosity.
Okie dokie. Let me just. I did eventually find some for this. So.
Hey.
So, as you approach and walk inside, you are surrounded by darkness with only blue runner lights under your feet, letting you see within. And before you is a very strange sight. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh,
Before you are two figures towering above you, and before Jamina can do more than flinch and flick over to weapons hot, the giant, almost 3-meter tall apparitions will simply flicker. This is indeed a hologram. They have their arms raised above their heads and are matched together in an alien song. And while gazing towards a great hologram in the center, there you can see a great flickering view of a planet. The planet you're on, in fact. The two moons and the continents look somewhat familiar to you. And there appear to be some great celestial objects above them, firing beams of energy onto it.
This planet?
I believe that was towards the group.
Does that look like this planet? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Is it just the stormy?
In fact. And if you take time to watch the energy beams, something strange seems to be happening. Would you like to step forward, like Sigi? Are you going to step forward and gaze deeper into the hologram?
Yeah, going right up to the railing. Oh, pretty.
Sure,
So,
I'll wander on up.
It's ever so slowly, but your machine eyes can suss out that in the areas where the orange beams are landing, it is completely devoid of life, and they are slowly closing. And behind the beams are you see green mountains and lush fields being left behind.
Like slow-ass terraforming?
That would be a thought.
Well, no, Siggy'd be a thought, Spanks booty.
I will.
It jiggles for a while.
It's the fucking jiggle test again. It doesn't stop jiggling.
Cancel my 3 p.m. appointment.
Just everyone gets down on their knees and stares, steepling their fingers together.
Dude from the Magic the Gathering tournaments.
Well, if it hits and then suddenly there is a lot of fucking lush life, I wouldn't call that slow terraforming. I would
The
call
beam
it
itself is
extremely
moving. The beam itself is moving slow as fuckeroonie, though. And I assume does it look like the storm is like stripping the life back out of the land behind it?
There is no storm on the planet now that you are looking at it.
I wonder if this could also be a time lapse. It might not be real time.
Would you like to do a heckin' insquintinate on the flying, what appears to be terraforming beam thing?
What would that be, like an investigation?
Investigation. Any other test you want to throw at me? It doesn't have to. If you could make an argument for engineering or something like that, it doesn't have to be one of one thing. If you
Maybe science?
have a skill, it might be applicable. Yeah, science.
A little
It's just
investigation.
how you figure it out. Sieg, are you doing a heckin' science?
Yeah.
Space vehicles?
That would, being able to identify, like, spaceships and stuff like that, sure, why not?
I will be nice and not just fucking like roll it with expertise.
Need an assistance then?
Nah, I'm just checking my own brain pan.
There's a big echo in there, but will you find something?
Echo my ass.
Alright. Sieg and Fenris, you can both look at this and, just kind of squint at these celestial objects, and they seem really familiar. Those look exactly like the pylons that were outside, and one of which you're in.
Oh.
Oh, we're in old, unused terraformers. Are these things charging then? So they can do all of that shit?
Mm.
So the structure of this pylon, does it look like there is a way down to where perhaps engines might be, or a way up? Regardless of, I don't know which way is up or down, admittedly, in these things.
Or did it actually just supposed to land here, or did it actually crash into it straight down and he's just stuck?
Don't know. I'm gonna go and see if it's got some engines, I guess.
Take a look around.
Well, I got some engineering, so see if I can help you out there.
It's got the word engine
Plus-
in it. That has to be helpful.
Well, plus I can get to shoot something in case it
I
tries.
doubt that.
All right. So you can attempt to do. Would you like to? There. You guys are on this side. You entered through back here. There are two paths. Each one of which leads to the same kind of door as you've seen before, and the other of which leads to a door which is slightly glowing green, the only non-blue that you've seen in this building.
Green light, green light.
Alrighty. Who's all going?
Well, I'm going with her.
I'll lead the
They'll
way.
go.
Hooray.
Philia, Siduri, yeah. Covering the rear then?
Hooray.
Well, we don't really see anybody here, so no one to cover the rear from, as far as we're
Yeah.
aware.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's stick
we
together.
didn't see a lot of those psycho plants, but they popped up from behind.
Eh.
It
Better
could be
to
really
stick-
hidden, so
Better to stick together.
Sure, sure. But I've spent enough of my day, like, fucking just taut as a string, ready to snap, so I'm gonna walk and drink and chill. You guys with your guns and stuff, and stabbers and your knives. You know. Lazy
Okay.
thumbs up and head down the corridor.
So let me just do this. All right. I need to drop the image for this room. While I was looking, describing the next area, looking for other cool arts. Here we go. It's close to what I want.
I hear crunch.
Incronchinate.
It's that Savin doing a crunch.
Damn it! Please roll 20.
What is it that you are munching?
I launched the
Bacon?
pretzel.
Ah, pretzel. Yeah, I had a rye cracker. Actually, a whole rye cracker and a half. I think I
Whole
might
rye
quickly put-
cracker.
I know. I
God
might
damn.
put a little bit of breaded chicken in the oven. Because, you know, a rye cracker isn't dinner. I'll be the first to admit that.
Sorry, I roll 20 is broken. It's
Oh,
not
not surprised.
stuck on uploading file.
Ah,
It's gonna refresh.
I'm back in a sec then when I turn the oven on.
Oh, oh God! Everything's broken.
Yeah, it was giving me some trouble when I was trying to upload the avatar for my character. I had to like reload the whole thing for it to do anything.
Your browser to roll 20 broke for me. Sorry, hang on.
Roll
I'm trying-
20s being roll 20.
I'm trying to return. Let me in my own game.
return the slab, you say? What?
Or suffer my curse. Why did we open the black sarcophagus?
Why indeed?
It all started with this fucking gorilla.
It all started with that
this
fucking gorilla.
gorilla.
It really did. Everything was fine until the gorilla died. Then everything went to hell. That was
Listen,
the
Vince
start.
McMahon is not a friendly guy, but I don't think you can pin the blame entirely on him.
Oh,
Roll
Vince
20.
McMahon is the guy that does the gorilla walk. His joke. No one follows wrestling here. It's fine.
I'm
No, I
sorry.
figured it was a wrestler.
He's the
Pretty-
owner of WWF.
The World Wildlife Foundation?
Whatever the thing is, the wrestling channel.
No, the World
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
you are correct. WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, actually had to change their name because people kept confusing them for the World Wrestling Federation.
okay.
It was really funny.
But I haven't seen wrestling since like the early 90s.
Okay,
You should watch Lucha Underground. It is very good.
No, you should watch Lucha. Nope, I'm done. Joke over.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jack Black. I failed you.
That cartoon was okay.
Which cartoon?
Mucha Lucha.
I tried to say Nacho Libre, and I fell over.
Oh, that's what you were going with.
Okay.
There's a lot of like wrestling cartoons.
That's
Is there?
because kids fucking love wrestling.
It's at least 3.
I just love Bane from the new Harley Quinn show. He's so good.
Let me just say, Tiger
Fenris,
Mask.
you are back. So, you were the one who wanted to go to the green. Well, now you're in a whole room of green. It
Ooh.
appears to be the side of this place slightly broken open. You can see outside, and inside you can see a very complicated architecture.
Architecture in what sense? Is it like whirring and like making
Indeed.
machine noises, or
Everything is, well, turned on. You can see up here, there's lightning going through these little pylons. It's not exposed, of course, but you can see it through like a clear kind of quartz. And these structures right here appear to be gently pulsing with green energy.
Hey,
So-
everyone, can you like take 5? Everyone
What?
take 5. Everyone take. I'm gonna
Okay.
call back to the show. I'm gonna call for Dr. Gothi.
Yeah, we should actually see if now that
I
we haven't
feel
been randomly
so-
attacked.
I feel as though our xenoarchaeologist might want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure thing. She will radio back and ask if if her mistress wants her to have an escort. She can ask some of the commandos.
Yeah, please come with a couple of the ladies, and bring any field equipment you need.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Let me just.
Is it
Just like 2.
question?
Yeah, hang on.
The broken part. You said it was broken, an area.
Yes, there appears to be an area that has been sheared away from the rest of this facility and is exposed to open air. Well, you'd say exposed to open air, but once you walk up to it, you
It's fielded.
you don't feel a breeze at all.
Containment field. So my idea of crashing seems more plausible. Either that or shut down.
Would you like to ask your beta to make a roll, see what she can think about?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a spank on the ass and tell her to take a look around.
You have a doctorate degree. You get big buku bonus.
Rub the nerds together so she has a disadvantage.
She already has advantage.
Never mind then.
Ooh.
27. Huh. Wait a moment. And she'll plop on over here and then, like, peer in and, like, start waving her hands in front of something and pull out a data pad and try to, well, she's trying to do something. And then she will poke and then prod, and then all of a sudden, one of the green they're similar to the green pylons you see over here, but it's one of many on a wall will pop out and bonk her on the noggin. Ooh, I figured it out. Ow. And she will look at this strange little rectangular pod that is now sticking out of. Hmm. I can't be sure, but hang on. Let me pull up Dr. Anal on the horn. She'll call Dr. Anal and then we'll flip around her data pad to her codex so she can look at it, and then the holographic form of Dr. Anal will uh, chirp up. Hey, Captain.
Yes.
These are what these are. These are very complicated protein chain. It's only something that we consider theoretical at this point. But what's in here? I think you found a nursery.
For plants?
And animals. That's definitely an animal right there.
So it's like a gene vault.
I'm gonna come over myself and take a look at it to be sure, but that's my best guess.
Very well.
It makes sense.
So,
If they're terraforming the planet, they will need to seed it with life as well.
Sup, Shakti?
so it's just a massive orbital terraforming omni-molecule vault.
I mean, looks like this ship could terraform a planet and seed it with life.
At the same time.
Yes.
It can plow Mother Nature's fertile crevices, fill it with seed.
No, there's fucking. No, this not just plowing. It's like gangbang of Mother Nature. Like, this just running a straight up train. Like a Dzaan train here.
Dig in Mother Nature, you filthy slut.
Wonder where I got Dr. Anal's token. I'm trying to drop a character sheet. It's not working for me. Okay, well, I'll deal with that some other time.
Though, if this is as advanced as you think it is, we might want to be careful because let's just run this scenario by. If we had something like this, we would be having a quite hefty security on it, just in case.
Yeah, this thing should be well defended. Evidently, it does not seem to be.
And
Or
that's
it's
the big
just not
question.
Or it's not
up and
turned
running.
We have evidence of, at this point, what? 2 precursor races, the weapon things and the Theria. This does not match any of their architectural design technology at all.
on. Another one? There's three
Add
of
a
them
rule
then.
of threes.
The rule of three.
Three.
I mean, it's the sci-fi rule of three, totally. You gotta have the good guys, the evil aliens, and then the nature nerds. That's just how that is. These ones are the elves, obviously.
That is indeed how it do.
Weapon Thanes, I mean, that's gotta be space dwarves. And then I guess
God.
Theriobs are a bunch of crusty humans.
Please, please, they weren't dwarves. They lived above ground in crystals and were very nice to all prospective
That's right, actually.
customers.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a single hint of grumpitude. I take it back.
Okay, so they were Kreens. Good to know.
There were what?
Kreens. You know the bugs, the jumpy bugs from Pathfinder? Try Kreen.
Fenris
That
does
was
not
the
know
name.
what the shit that is at all.
It turns out Jamina is really into role-playing games.
Hello.
Look, everyone
I
knows
have
that
a-
Pathfinder 4.0 failed. Terribly.
Let me just point my penchant for literally thousands of year-old weaponry. Like, I might have a little, like, a side hoe of old fucking fantasy stuff and pen and paper.
Yeah,
Like,
I can
actual
understand that.
pen and paper.
No, it's still the same old fucking Pathfinder. It's just
It's
original
just-
Pathfinder.
No, it's Pathfinder 3.
No.
Pathfinder
What?
3, 3rd edition.
They finally
It
made
came
it to
out
third
50
edition.
years ago.
It's
Is
even
any
It came out
worse.
good?
50
Is it any good?
No.
No.
I haven't given it a shot yet. I haven't heard much about it, so
You haven't given it, you're still stuck on the last, the latest 3000th expansion book for Pathfinder 1 that
Don't-
Paizo 2 created.
And I wouldn't worry too much about D&D 6969E being good because it turns out Jeremy Crawford had his brain scanned before he died, and so an AI
He's
now
an AI.
runs
Oh no.
Space Wizards of the Coast.
Space Wizards of the Coast is just controlled by a bunch of smashed together robo-minds. They still don't know how to fucking
No,
design an
it's-
encounter to save their lives.
But that's how 5th edition was
No.
designed.
well, no,
And-
it's not Space Wizards of the Coast. It's Wizards of the Outer Rim.
Yeah, I bought a game of Wizards of the Rim before and was incredibly disappointed when I found it was not fantasy themed smart.
Alright,
And
time to put on a
somewhere on
timer
the-
so my power doesn't flicker out.
Yeah, somewhere on the extranet, there's that like, what was it? Backward. What's the name of that site that stores old sites? The Time Machine backwards.
Mm.
Oh god, I don't know.
This technology is way beyond anything that we're capable of, and I mean this is like all of what I ever wanted, but this is gonna take centuries to unravel.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to bookmark it until you're bored of chilling with us and then come sit here forever?
You guys are claiming this planet, right?
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
want to go to there. I will make sure that everything's safe, and then I'll just move here.
see. And then we get you a team, and then you start reverse engineering all this stuff.
Yeah, this seems like you need a science team.
Yeah.
You need
and
nerds to bully.
even
Some
if every
engineers and-
even if every mega corporation somehow got together and all held hands and sang kumbaya, we still would take hundreds of years to unravel this kind of stuff. This is nutter butters. No, I'm fairly certain
But
that's a saying.
Is
Well,
this the
Alpha
real good shit though?
I heard that one from a human once.
See? So, if we claim the planet, not only do we get a lot of stuff, again, we also get access to another planet worth of fucking precursor technology that's
Right.
even differently advanced than the one we already have.
To be fair, the Weapon Thane planet is claimed by the AIs of the Weapon Thane planet.
To be Grey Goo.
Yeah, and the
And then
Grey Goo
it'll-
conglomeracy is going to owe that. In fact, sorry, it's the Grey Goo conglomeracy. It doesn't roll quite off the
Yeah.
tongue yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, but we're the bestest friends.
Yeah.
This
But
is
you
true.
guys are the bestest friends. You can't take that Weapon Thane planet, but you are A-listers on that planet. This planet doesn't have anyone. Well, it did have people, but they've all been tentacled.
Right.
And you have no idea what happened to whoever built this place. Seems like they had a rough landing, though.
Hey, like somebody said,
Yeah, like Jamina correctly surmised.
I wonder if there's a way to turn off the storms at least.
Hmm?
Maybe. I don't think we should rush into doing it in case those storms are doing something really important, though, which is a problem.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dr. Adjatha will agree. Uh, terraforming is very complex and very specific work. Maybe the pylons are just damaged, so they keep spitting out storms, or maybe there's a reason, like a weird, hitherto unknown reason why there have to be storms raging across this planet.
well, you can always. Do we have a language? Do we have any form of interface here?
How did you guys get in?
The door is just open.
Front door.
So, okay, so they do have. Presumably, someone so advanced would have scanners, and it wouldn't just be like stepping on a rug and then opening the door like way back in the stupid ages.
Yeah, we got close to the door, and then the door is open.
Okay, let's make another roll. I'm not gonna give her her full bonuses this time because specifically looking for holographic displays is not something she's totally knowledgeable about, but it is within the general field of her. Still 22. All right, she's going to wander over to a rather uh, smooth set of blinking lights and stuff like that, and then jump back as a rather complex holographic display pops out in front of her. Found it.
Neat. Shit, if this is how xenoarchaeology works, I should have gotten into xenoarchaeology.
I mean, it's most of the time just sitting around in the dirt and then brushing away the remains of civilizations that didn't make it to.
Huh. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
yeah, alright.
there's a lot of those. You know, different kinds of death worlds. Some places just nuke themselves out of existence.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying not to think that it's crazy to want to do this for a living, man. If you're not always trying to do things like find cool shit like this every day.
Well, I mean, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen, but
You didn't expect to see the coolest shit you've ever seen, though,
Yeah.
right?
well, I had kind of hoped that's why I joined the crew.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thumbs up. All right, so there's only one problem. I don't speak this language. I don't think anyone does anymore.
Probably not.
This one part seems to be flashing. She'll poke at it. Duh. Huh. Okay. I don't know what doctor. Doctor now will come over and she'll squint at it and huh. That certainly is... Oh, I see what you've done. I think you just hit the main menu.
Well, before you start clicking away at random things and possibly activating a dormant, defense system, like
Let's
I've
not...
mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not unleash space eels on ourselves. Dr. Gothi
Yeah,
will take
so
a step back.
how close to... Well, we have the database on the Thane, weapons things and the Therion's language. Can we run any, can we, cross-reference to see if there's a similarity?
I had already thought of that. This is not their language at all. Either one of them. In fact, there's... you see how the weapon things are very geometric, and the Theriovs are kind of static. It's just a series of I guess squiggly numbers. It kind of looks like. This language is all it looks like runes, kind of. It bears some similarity to Dzaan writing, but I can definitely guarantee you that there was no Dzaan aboard this ship. Just surface
What are you
similarity
talking about?
to...
There's two Dzans aboard this ship.
I had said there was.
I
But
don't care. It sounds like you said there's no Dzan aboard this ship.
and it, it's almost like magic runes in that one new fantasy game that everyone's playing.
Sure. So these are the space elves. I getcha.
I guess. Hang on, let me look up what an elf is. It's just porn.
It's pouring all the way down.
Oh god, yeah, that's why I know what it is.
Okay, I understand now. All right,
It's
so
just fucking lewds.
yeah, she tried to look up elf. Just a keyword, human, historical elf, and all there is just gifs of Legolas and then porn. That's it. It's Orlando Bloom and porn. That's it.
Yep.
Like hell.
Hey. You said there were runes, right?
She will wave her hand, and the holographic display will pop back up. For people who play WoW, they look like Lightforged runes.
Cool.
Can you? God damn it. Let me just... reaches in. Just where the hell did I put that? Okay. Squiggly D, squiggly 2. Somewhere under here. I should... Nope. Nope. See? No, shouldn't. Lightforged rune designs. No, because I was thinking back to a lot of the fantasy and other, the elf theme there. Like they had a was another race there that had a runic language as well as that was based on old
Oh, you're talking
Terran.
out of character.
No,
You're
this is in character.
Oh, okay. Who are you talking to? A guy?
Yeah,
I'm not super familiar with Old Terran, but go on.
yeah, they're like they had in their history stuff, but like old role-playing games there had some like races of rune that used runes.
I think you're
So
thinking of the Scandinavians. They were a mythic people with a runic language.
the Scandi
It
one.
didn't exist.
We're not in
Kinda-
range of any boy for me to get on the extranet.
Deep
So I-
sigh just falls out of head. Don't ask. Just
I mean, I found all the elf stuff because I just connected to the database and the supercomputer.
Yeah, and
We
it's
just
covered in
flipped.
pornography, so you know.
it
As it should
just
be.
flips open the fact that she has old ass goddamn D&D books.
Hmm. Yeah, there is a similarity between that. Yes.
PDF.
Yes, it's like this is like archaic goddamn file formats. It's like this is a PNG, and this one is a PDF.
Why does it load so clunky?
I have no idea. It's like the worst type of thing. But then again, it's several thousand years old, so
Ah,
that's
the
going to be
stupid ages.
updated.
I
Yeah.
have no idea why they insist that those times are called the stupid ages. Yes, it's similar in that regard. Yes.
Well, if you're like one of those, if you're an archaeologist, can't you like trace back and see if you can like work it forward?
Oh, I mean, totally. That's what I do, but that can take months, if not years, to translate an entire language, especially without. There was some kind of rock that humans referred to it as. I read this in college. A rose rock. Rose rock? That doesn't sound right.
Rose quartz?
No, no, it was something humans found to help them translate one of their dead languages. It was in one of my courses. Rosite something. Anyways,
How many
I need to.
languages do they even need? They're like
I,
one race.
I don't know. So
Weird.
yeah, I'd need to. I'd need to find some way of translating it, or I can work backwards and just trial and error. But that will take a really long time. And I don't see a place where I can just plug in and download stuff from these quote unquote consoles.
Well, it doesn't. Well, have you tried talking to it?
I mean, you've seen me here the entire time, so no.
Just leans over, then look towards the menu like voice.
Okay. She'll just. Do you? You leaned over toward the menu.
Yeah,
All right.
towards it.
Yeah, the menu will flicker for a moment and then nothing left.
Ah.
Perhaps. I guess I can just poke around here if you guys wanted to continue wandering around. Me and the good doctor have, our commandos with us.
You two stay here and poke about. You two girls, make sure they're all right. Just keep an eye on.
They will give you crisp salutes and then take up defensive position.
Okay, let's take a look around. Maybe there's some other stuff in here in this ship.
Well,
Okay. I'm not going to pull
Wait.
down artwork for every single thing. It is a massive ship.
okay, we're just checking though. This is right way up, correct?
You guys went up, yes.
No, no, I mean in the ship, the orientation of the ship. We're not walking on the ceiling.
No, you're not walking on the ceiling.
Okay. And we saw from the picture that it fired from below.
That would be your most likely guess.
Well, can we go to the main room and hologram and look closer at the terraforming ships there and see like which side of them was turned what direction?
Sure thing.
I mean, the floor is clearly where we're standing.
Yeah, but which side just points at which side of this? Is it the spires at the top, or is the terraforming beam stuck underneath? See, that's the thing.
Yep,
I'm trying to figure out.
that is a fair thing, especially because in space orientation doesn't really matter. Everything's 360 degrees.
All that matters is what your artificial gravity says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If they're firing from the top, then we need to find the engine at the other side. But if they're firing from below, then that means the top is the engine. See?
Yes, indeed. And once you go and look and you compare the two, it does indeed seem that the beams were coming from the very top of the ship. Which, by the way, is where all that lightning is arcing from.
From the top, like where the terraforming bits
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
could be a malfunction there,
So if we look over here,
or just an energy buildup.
when they were in space, they were firing from up here.
They were pointed down.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means whatever hit them is downwards, and there's the rest of, well, propulsion if it runs that kind of. Given how advanced this is, I'm not so sure, but this is just like from an engineering standpoint. It's like, well, at our levels of technology, so if you would have it, but they would damage, so they flipped it over and smashed the most durable part right into the ground, and embedded itself. If anything survived there, that would be the most, well, protected. It has to have a power source, so it's still going.
Okay. So, would you like to continue your ascent, or would you like to descend?
Let's descend.
Alrighty. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't look exactly like this, but it's the closest I could get. Those computer terminals aren't going to be there, but the holograms will. Let me just grab your guys' tokens. And you can descend down, down, down. It takes a while, and I'm not going to create a map for every part of this vessel, but basically you guys are going to keep stopping off at like every floor, and you'll find giant hallways, obviously meant to suit creatures of this size. And in some places you can find long stretches of hallways that all open up into empty rooms. And then finally, you end up in where you can. From what you can guess, there's probably more more levels below, but the the strange elevators that you guys have gotten on will go no further, and will instead flash orange when you try.
Ooh, is this the power?
There is a giant blue thrumming thing. It
Oh,
certainly is a
uh,
thingy.
Kind of
so,
could power a place like that.
well, something monumentally strong, that's for sure. Hey, oh, we were missing Aki. I was wondering who the fuck we were missing all this time.
Yeah.
Could I make an
Sitting here
engineering
like-
roll to try and analyze what the heck this thing is?
Sure thing.
I want help there.
Sure.
Yes.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Or at first you think to yourself that this might be some kind of engine, but the more you poke around it and then think about like how your own function, this appears to be a massive battery that is being fed power from the decks below.
Not the engine. A energy storage device.
A capacitator?
Hmm.
Oh, that's a pretty fucking huge one.
Can I get a guess on how full the battery is?
Yeah, I'll give you that with a 24. It seems to be not running at peak efficiency, but if you were to guess inside of your little AI brain, it'd probably be at least somewhere in the 80%.
Hmm. Is there like a computer system I can log into around here?
There are indeed holograms on the walls, much taller than you are, but you could you could just hop up on your rear leg.
Yeah. So I know we can't read them per se, but is there enough pictographical information for me to figure out if this thing's being fed more energy or if it's ejecting more energy?
Let's try a date of fate if you can just like magoo your way into finding the right part of. Hey, a 7 is good enough to you're able to link up, and there is something that looks pretty close to your battery. There is a bunch of lettering around it, and then a small pulsing light. A small pulsing rune. Anyway.
So does it seem to be charging up or charging out?
What you would assume would be charging up.
Interesting. It is charging up for something.
Interesting what?
And if this tower has
Oh?
been here as long as we suspect, it has likely been doing so for a long time.
So I've been using a subpart of its terraform ability to cause massive coalescing storm and then absorbing the lightning strikes from the planet to charge itself up.
That seems likely. Luckily, I don't think we're in any danger of it activating soon. It's only 80% or so, I would guess.
Probably could continue charging for centuries.
That would be my guess.
Well, charging up like this is a capacitor, which leads to a main reactor.
Perhaps. Difficult to say. Although
Wait,
that
is it
Oh, does
trying to do all this to
beg an
jumpstart it?
interesting question. I wonder.
What do you wonder, Siggy?
Well, Philia mentioned it might only take another couple centuries for this thing to charge up. We're currently in the area of the next planet rush, which will be unlocked in a couple of centuries. The timelines line up. Was someone terraforming this world in anticipation of our arrival?
Well, if they were, they did a weird job of, shooting the actual terraformer down.
We don't know it got shot down. For
It
all
might
we
be
know, this could
planted.
be part. This could be like part of how it's supposed to work.
We
Well,
simply
it's
don't have enough
damaged.
information.
Yeah, we don't, but it's actually damaged.
That's true.
That's what.
Though that could be natural
Weird.
wear and tear, or the result of the starships that were doubtlessly unanticipated.
Wait. Do you think that? Okay, let me just run this through. Tell me what you think. Do you think that potentially the Princess yacht just came through the hole and slammed into this thing?
Or they accidentally shot it, or
And
somehow
please,
interfered
Prince,
with it.
apparently.
This
Oh,
structure
I
has
did
been here
say
for
that.
several centuries, as has the Prince's yacht. It's entirely possible they collided while both were being planted.
If fully automated, or was it manned?
We've seen
That
no
is the
indication
question.
of manned use.
Well, where would they be then?
Likely dead.
Oh, so was the prince supposed to be?
I mean, the prince being here is 100% an accident.
Yeah. So if they're not, we can't go lower, correct? Because the elevator just refuses.
So, yeah, so for some reason it won't go through. Perhaps we don't have clearance to go down.
Or it's not safe while charging a gigantic death battery capable of powering a terraforming device.
Or that.
And,
Yeah.
like, the lift isn't able to stop you, is disabled to stop us from fucking electrifying our dumbasses.
Well, then let's see if we can't go upwards to see about what's at the top.
Yeah, we can't make any more progress down. Let's go.
All right.
I will calm the doctors and tell them what we found out.
Affirmative. If the lower levels are locked, it, as you suspect, it might be because you don't have clearance, but, I mean, the whole place could be flooded with radiation for all we know. We weren't
Yeah.
able to take many detailed scans from outside of this vessel.
Could be a lot of things preventing our egress down. It could be structural damage, or radiation, or lack of clearance, or some kind of emergency lock. We're going to head upstairs.
So, as you head up, there wasn't, for the exact thing for my mind's eye, so we're going to use this one again. However, unlike the lower level, you see the planet once more, and this time the entire outside is ringed by holograms singing this song, and it seems to shake you to the core with its volume. But that is almost something you notice secondarily, because you could swear as soon as you step out of the elevator that you feel a moment of temporary panic, because it feels like you guys have stepped into, well, right off into the roof, into an open space. And as you look below you, you see that the panels only reflect the ground beneath you and surrounding you with a dark swirl where the other decks would be.
Is this some kind of observation deck?
Observation, command deck, whatever. It's freakish.
And as you guys take a look around, the voices reach a crescendo, and there's a mighty boom, and you can see a huge spark of lightning jut up into the storm and finger lance out to the rest of it. And then the voices begin the song once more.
I'm gonna wave my hand through one of these holograms.
Alright, it will shimmer as you do so.
No response. Alright, figured as much.
Well, let's
Weird.
gingerly look around.
I'll start up a recording of this music while we're at it.
Okay. And Jamina, as you look around and step around, you feel a strange tingling sensation as you cross into a corner, and then a holographic display will appear in front of you, and then beneath you, something starts to move.
Yeah. Try to step back.
All right, and what appears to be a hard light projection of a bug-pone friendly seat has appeared. As you step away, it will be there for just a couple moments and then flicker out of existence.
Okay. There seems to be some form of active or reactive system here. Take a step forward again. Let's see about this.
All right, and the holographic display will reappear. A hard light projection of a chair will very comfortably sit you down, and as you look around, you look down at your hands, and it appears that they are surrounded in a small sphere of energy, and as you wave them about, you can feel the vision start to flicker, as almost as if you have an eyeball hanging on the outside of the ship moving around.
A
Wow.
drone, maybe?
You can see your ship from here.
Oh, this is fucking high up. Oh, okay. I'm not good with heights. I'm really not fucking good with heights. Holy shit.
Tag me in, coach.
I'll let the pilot take control of it.
Tag me in.
You
I
can
just
step
standed.
away.
Yeah, just steps away and starts trying to fucking not hyperventilate from fucking retarded, stupidly high thing.
You can simply stare at the black swirl beneath you to try to gain your bearing. And Fenris, as you step up, this time a bipedal friendly seat will appear beneath you, and the same thing happens to you.
Alright. Let me swoosh on up in here.
All right. Would you like to make a piloting roll to try to gain better control over this rather esoteric means of visualization?
You bet your ass. You bet your ass. Bend to my
Alright.
will machine.
You were born for this. You know exactly what to do, and you're fairly certain you're just swooshing your new mind's eye around the back of the ship, and then you get an idea, and you kind of tug back towards your chest, and you are seeing the interior of the ship.
Super intuitive. Alright. Let's take my eye down to the bottom. Let's find out why we can't get down there.
Sure thing. As you swoosh down to the bottom, you look around. It appears to be a bunch of great esoteric architecture and stuff like that. Not anything too crazy, you know, but I assume you're gonna follow like the you're gonna follow the pylons down that we're feeding the capacity.
Yeah.
All right. And at the very bottom, you see a great pulsing bit of machinery, and all around it what appear to be incredibly mummified remains of giant creatures.
Oh, oof.
As you look around your mind's eye, ever since you went beneath the deck where you guys were forbidden to, your mind's eye has been pulsing orange, and there's a small symbol in the corner of your right.
Sure, I'll try and blink in its general direction, see if it opens up some HUD.
Okay. It won't open up some HUD, but will instead display a wavelength form. Takes a minute for you to judge it, but given by the frequency, it's not that difficult to figure out. This basically this kind of radiation would kill anyone within seconds.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, guys, downstairs is mega super fucking irradiated.
Oh, so it's radiation.
Yeah, it looks like there are definitely some alien remains down there, and they similarly are not radiation friendly. Because they are toasty.
What radiation are we talking about?
Fucking... I can't describe it. I don't know science for shit. Give me a moment. I will.
This was actually
they usually go in. Yeah, they usually go on a specific spectrum. So
yes, I know, and I know that it looks like one of the deadly ones, but also this isn't written in any fucking language. So give me a sec. I'll try and squidoodle what this looks like.
This is actually one of Carl Sagan's theories on how we could communicate with other species by just showing them wavelengths.
Yeah, showing them radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will pull out what is just effectively my fucking little tablet. I'll flick open a drawing app and I'll swipe away an image of a dick that was there previously, and I will just mimic the waveform as it goes, and I'll make a new page. And I'll mimic it again just so they're all vaguely similar-ish. There you go. Don't know what it is, but it looks deadly as fuck because it's super wide and then super thin and super wide, and everything in there is dead as shit.
it's an alternating frequency.
It sort of. That could be really slow or it could be really fast. I don't fucking know.
Hey, Siggy.
Yes.
Hey, Siduri, you should, you know something about this, right? Similar, or do you have any knowledge in your study about, well, mass weaponry?
Knowledge about what specifically?
Why would Siduri know about that?
Siduri's a bounty hunter, not a Damn it, Jim. I'm a bounty hunter, not a radiologist.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's anywhere in her like wheel of knowledge.
No, I was thinking that her study into the whole weaponry, mass weaponry, come across anything similar to like oscillation frequencies of like various type of radiation that would affect cause mutations and such.
Not really, no. I mean, I'm familiar with surviving Fallout and how some primitive races irradiated their own planets, but beyond that, I'm not really the science nerd here. I'm not the one to talk to about this.
Ah, okay then. Shit. Kinathis still out, right?
Athia is the one from Borks.
Lyra.
Oh, what's fuck? Lyra. Fucking Lyra. Okay. And Lyra is still passed out, Philia?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's in a
Damn it.
post-tentacle / Captain Dicking fuck coma.
Okay, then just... Gonna try... Hey, Siggy.
Yes.
Oh, gonna try to help you with this.
Quickly, Siggy, understand science.
Okay.
Do science at this.
Am I rolling just science?
Science or Starship Engineering. I'll give you one of the two.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll the good one then. Oof.
Hey, this is really similar to the kind of stuff that runs your ship. Really similar, in fact. Except in such a concentration that you would vibrate your molecules apart.
Well, it's like super savicite.
It's in the same radiation spectrum.
An isotope, then?
Is it psychic radiation?
You can understand the wavelength. There's no real descriptor other than that. Well, there is, but it's in a language you don't understand. But yeah, it is a very dangerous isotope, and it's similar to Savicite, not exactly the same. But, you know, if you guys were to try to go down there, even Sigi, her positronic brain would vibrate apart.
Melt your good girl brain.
You need to melt down some of this ship and then put Sigi in a body made of it.
A super body. Nice.
Siggy gets an alien mecha.
Wait.
A hard skin for the robot made out of the space.
I-
Maybe the alien ship.
I have a... What? How much do we know about the Grey Goose?
I don't think they
they're-
can protect us from absolute metric fuck tons of
No.
radiation. They're nanomachines.
No, yes, but that's not the... Can they take, absorb, and get some of properties of a certain things that ingest it?
Some can, but I'm going to tell you this alien space alloy will be almost impossible for them to replicate. You'd have to basically just let her sit and eat it for like a year. So, just ignore the furry, and I found your mecha. See, there we go. We'll just plug Sigi into that. Just right in the chest area.
Can't just plug Siggy into bigger Siggy.
Why
Well,
not?
I mean, that's what
Sure
the
you
Space
can.
Marine, the Space Marines decided to do that. They put a Space Marine and that Space Marine Terminator inside of a Terminator.
Isn't it a dreadnought?
No, the Centurion.
Oh no, but
Oh.
we would put it would be a Sectarian. Either that, or it would be,
Centurion, yes.
or it would be Dreadnought. Obviously, that's an ancient Half-ausar super weapon, the Dreadnought.
So, yeah. You now figured out why the ship doesn't want you to go to the no-nos.
Yeah, we'd super hardcore die, like real hard and quick.
Get some kind of super fuel down for their ship.
Or a leak.
And the radiation leak. Almost, I mean, both, really.
Yeah.
There's no way, there's no way that's the normal state. That has to be a radiation.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been unexpected considering the fact that it's full of dead dudes, unless they naturally give off, like, super hardcore radiation as their, like, dead cycle and that they have just the worst half-life ever.
That's
It does seem many of them died with esoteric-looking tools in their hands.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a bunch of engineers that failed to keep things from exploding them.
Well, I think they stop it from exploding, but not the leak.
Uh,
So, is there anything else you'd like to do in your little command throne?
oh, goodness. Let's test the absolute limits of this.
Hey, can you find where their living quarters are, if they had any? Because at least we know this was man.
I mean, I did describe long corridors with little pod rooms on your guys' way down.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna look for living spaces, like look inside them.
Sure. You can find the equivalent of giant alien beds and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll try to enter a room and then you'll just get orange flash.
Yeah, privacy warning.
Some rooms, however, are open.
Yeah. I'll take a browse around and see if I can't see anything just like fucking left on a box that looks like like an ID card, if you know what I mean? Like someone's left their chip or card around. Or
It
maybe some weird crystal.
The things that every room you go in has been fairly well cleaned, and then yeah, it looks like almost like a military bunkhouse after during inspection.
Damn it, they were really like good at like not leaving their homes at a shithole. I'm looking around, I can't find like loose ID or anything anywhere.
You could make a posit that given how many rooms there aren't that many bodies down below. It's likely that they simply abandoned the vessel.
Huh. Dang. Yeah, can I find like emergency escape pods? Did they do that while they were in space?
You can like swoosh around and make me a. Do you have like navigation or anything related to starships? Or you could have someone. I would let Sigi come over and help you, and then use her knowledge of starship engineering for the most logical place that one would put an escape pod if one had.
I feel like if you spend all of your life flying spaceships, you probably are gonna be able to intuit where a good place for emergency escapes are.
Fair enough. That's why you can make the roll.
Yeah.
But Sigi can come over and give you a vent take.
Yeah. All right then. Come hither. And then scrolls.
And another natural 20.
Surrender unto me all the not. I'm so fucking good at starships. It's all I can fucking do, but I crush it every time.
So yeah, you're able to. Your first few guesses are wrong, but you guys are able to very quickly zoom in on likely location, and indeed, it appears that a majority of the where there would be an escape pod have already been jettisoned. They are very odd looking, but there are a couple still left in the bay, presumably for the ones that couldn't make it.
Wait. Their pods left?
Indeed.
There are emergency escape pods of an alien technology still left that is meant for surviving.
That was meant for the survivors that weren't able to make it.
Let's take a look at the escape pod.
Well, you can try to access it, and you will get an orange flash.
Then it says no.
There is a small blinking thing when you blinking rune when you attempt to access the controls for the escape pod.
Sorry, what?
I said
That's it.
there is a small flashing rune that appears when you try to access the escape pods.
I'm gonna think it's because we're not currently in space, so that would be stupid dangerous.
I mean, we're not trying to launch one.
They might automatically launch their escape pods.
That is true.
You make that kind of stuff like as super bitch basic as possible. Or I guess we would. Maybe they have really complicated ones. It's just a security lock, but don't know.
We can't exactly read their language, so we don't know the deep.
No.
Let's not fuck around too much.
Yeah, I don't want to go
Okay.
pressing more buttons. That said, this camera thing is fucking so cool when you get used to it. I wish ours worked like this.
I wonder
If
what
you-
it is, what it's using to view things.
Don't know. You want to come look at yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah, do that.
I will start,
Alright.
of course, by looking at the captain's ass.
All right. Hey, hey, Cap.
Yes.
So there is a large blue orb that has materialized from the floor and is now inches away from your ass.
Back behind it. Oh, so it is some kind of drone. Right? 'Cause
Work it!
it's,
Work it! The camera loves you, baby.
So it's some kind of drone. It just came out of the floor.
Weird.
There wasn't
Is
any
it
kind of like.
Is
There
my
wasn't
fake
any
eye
kind of-
solid?
Is your what? The what now?
Is
Is
this
it
fake
solid?
eye solid? Yeah. I'll try and push it into your hand.
You feel a weird tingly sensation, and it's now halfway through your hand.
Oh my god, it's not solid.
Take that out. I will withdraw.
It's solid. How does that even work?
I don't know. I have literally no idea. This is the coolest shit.
More like the coolest ship, am I right?
Well, no, obviously our baby is the best ship, but this is pretty cool too. All right, is there anything you guys want me to try and look for? Because I've fucking, this is super easy.
I don't think so. There's not much more to this place. You've already looked down below where we can't see anything, or we can't actually physically go.
That's right.
You can, as you've done the thing before, you can. He said you wanted to test the limits of how far.
Yeah.
Once impacting upon one of the other pylons, it will simply bounce off. Less bounce off and more just flash orange. If you try to do it more, then it will simply fizzle out of existence, and you're back on just outside of the basically just outside of where you are right. It appears that this place has no windows, just uses screens.
Can it go into?
we
Can it
our
go
ship?
inside our? Yeah.
But once you fire it up and you can send it towards your ship, there's is your ship's shields currently up?
Yeah. Yeah,
So there
I
will
don't want
be
to set the precedent that we leave the shields down whenever we exit the ship.
So the orb will kind of go all scratchy, is the best way you can describe it, before popping through on the other side.
Okay. Looks like shields prevent this thing from actually working.
Hmm.
No, you can actually see your ship now, but for a
Oh.
while it was all scratchy and fuzzy before it pops through on the other side of your shield.
Oh, never mind. That took some doing. But yeah, figured that shit out. Gotta take a quick spruce around.
Sure, you can swoosh about. You find the limit when you just try to push yourself and go as far as you can. It's basically a couple of miles, and you're fairly certain that the storm might have something to do.
Yeah, okay. If not for the storm, I feel like this thing has incredible range on it. Hopefully, it's not just consuming vast quantities of battery for me to do that, though.
You get down to the capacitor you saw, and now it's down at 30%.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oops, I had too much fun playing with space camera.
Cambot. Gypsy. Dom Servo. So,
Okay. Well, I will withdraw myself. That was fucking
Alright.
wild.
Well, yeah, what did you expect? The 32K at 60 FPS that drains a lot of power.
It didn't actually drain like shit tons of battery, no. That was a joke.
I know that was also a joke.
Okay.
We're all jokers around here.
Ha ha ha!
Alright. What do?
Then I
Can you see what's under the reactor room?
the floor. I'll take a closer look, I guess. I'll slide back in and have a peek down.
Well, you find what would appear to be alien engines, and if you keep going down, well, that's a rock. That's a different kind of rock.
Yeah. We
It's
hit
all
ground
rocks.
past the engines that are all boomified. Yep. Half-ausar. And I guess
Well, it's
I'll
too
sit and
bad.
experiment for a little while. See if it does things like take pictures. See if it can see inside people.
Once you push inside of a person, the vision goes dark.
Okay.
And if you go through like the thinner parts of them, you just end up seeing what's on the other side of like their hand.
Yeah.
You could always swoosh about your ship and just check on what everyone's doing.
I'm not interested in doing that. Also, I don't want to spook them by them seeing like a glowing ball of light.
I mean, that would just be great, and then I'll have you take resolve damage.
Nah.
As you just look upon altogether too much fucking.
Yeah, no. I Fenris does not need to know what goes on in everyone's private lives. She wouldn't want anyone to go fucking looking at her when she's not ready for it.
Now, if you were a voyeur, this would be the best tool ever.
This would be the fucking. I would be just astoundingly erect the entire time.
Just get down to
So,
0
there would be-
resolve.
I was gonna say that would be weird though, because you're watching people fucking and they stop and they just look at this giant blue eyeball.
Yeah. I don't want to spook them.
Just a silent eye staring down at them.
Ignore me.
Ignore me! So yeah, what do? You guys are up here in your nice little town.
Well, from the looks of it, we can't exactly, pull up the emergency pod out and just go through its insides. Or, well, maybe you can just open it up and see if it has, like, whatever this is to weapon thing or Therion dictionary.
Are you saying you're going to try to like pull up the dictionary and see the language will change or something? Is that what? Or are you
Looking
trying
for
to
language
see,
options.
or yeah, basically trying to randomly swoosh about and try to find the language options? Is that what you're?
We need to find a language option?
Oh, hey, you.
Yeah, me. I just got in.
Boy, have you missed a lot.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
really have. What have I missed?
Well,
The
how about you all
pylon,
explain it?
the pylons are actually some kind of terraforming planet seeding.
Okay.
And yeah, we tried to go in one and we can't go down because there's a huge radiation leak in the engine room. That has a really cool camera that can phase through things. The doctors are enamored and are very happy to be here.
Okay. Figures they would be.
And that's that, really.
Yeah, the previous tenants, these used to be, seeding ships for terraforming the whole place before crashing down, presumably for an engine failure, which killed the engineers that tried to remain and fix it. And these lightning storms are the ship's way of refilling its battery, from what we've been able to guess.
And you wanna lay down the sweet law about these tunes you guys are all driving to? You know, the sweet tunes that are going around throughout the ship.
Yeah, we're listening to Ozzy Osbourne. It's really good.
Uh-huh.
There are
There's a magical chorus that makes fucking a lightning shoot at us.
There
Okay.
are a bunch of nearly 3-meter tall alien forms all gathered around this giant hologram, and they all are singing, and all are holograms themselves.
Okay. That's a bunch to take in at once.
And also, the guys also, we'll move over here so you can see. In this, Dr. Gothi found some canisters which contain the basic building blocks of life. And in this room, you guys found a giant capacitor.
So we're basically in like the alien room movie or whatever, without like the actual like xenomorphs. Is that a good summation here? We found like the maker ship.
A
Hmm.
terraforming vessel
No.
of ancient design, but if you guys want to take the time eventually, Dr. Agathi can smash any conceptions you guys had hoped of maybe these being there are no human or Ausar genomes here. In fact, most of these are just like simple building blocks for alien life.
Primordial goo.
Animals, like
Animals.
basic ass wildlife.
Yep.
And plant.
Mm-hmm.
So, did they make the psychic fuck tentacles then?
That
That
wouldn't
I
be out of the realm of possibilities, I suppose.
no fucking idea.
Well, we got samples of them.
Is there any way to tell how many stellar cycles that this ship has been here?
I guess you could attempt a scan of the geological formations around you and spend a while like studying plate tectonics and stuff like that to see how much the vessel has shifted over time, etc., etc. That would likely take a couple of weeks of research, though.
Mm. Hmm.
It's a lot of shit to take in.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said there's like a radiation like leak area that we couldn't go into?
Yeah, damaged engine that's dumping out enough radiation to basically immediately kill us.
Reactor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Reactor engine, whatever.
Not
Is there a
anyone
way
underneath.
Is there a way to I hesitate to say this. Is there like a power line somewhere where we can like cut power to that reactor?
Probably not
No,
going
there-
down there.
No, I mean, when we're talking about kid dying within seconds, we mean everything dies within seconds. Every one of us.
yeah, we can't
will die
even
within
get
seconds.
Siggy down there.
Unless you put Siggy in that sweet mecha
Yeah,
Oh, even
from the
even
melted
Siggy?
down ship
Okay.
parts.
yeah.
Because you seem fairly safe everywhere else, just not down there.
That is true. The ship is shielded against its own radiation.
That is good.
But also, why would we want to unplug a bunch of stuff? It's been there being radioactive for generations and generations and generations and generations, and we don't know what to fuck with. If we turn it off, it might never ever turn on again. It might shut down every computer in here. It might vent the battery. We don't know. We don't want to fuck with that.
It might double explode.
Yeah, it might explode, but again.
Okay, alright, alright. I am so lost of what to do here. It probably would
There-
if I had to
Done the majority of the exploring.
I don't think there is much we can do at this point.
Well, other than, the idea I had, if we can, open up one of the escape pods and see if they have a, whatever language these, well, what did you call them, elves have to weapon thing, or maybe Arian language.
What's this sudden what would you call elves bullshit? We saw your fucking RPG books. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And maybe you've even seen versions of them that's not all just pornography.
You could indeed attempt to manually override the locks on the escape pod.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
there's
would
shit
be
that's
a-
locked if you want to try and fuck with it. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's the least, invasive thing that wouldn't, cause alarm systems to go off.
I mean, it might anyway because they are escape pods, but less likely if you want to randomly risk it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm.
But like I said, if there's an escape pod, it's probably meant to pick up or survival in case of worst case scenarios. So it has some way of them to survive that gives us an insight into, the whole physiology and whatever they were.
Straight up, only
Definitely
maybe. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm sitting in a chair that was magicked up out of fucking space ass nowhere to fit exactly my body. It also fit exactly your body. Two very different bodies.
So
Yes.
okay, alright. I'm assuming there's
I-
no like obvious terminal for us to like try and get into or get anything from.
Oh, there is a terminal, except we can't read it.
We don't understand a damn thing.
It's all in space runes and when Adjatha was messing around with it, you guys suggested maybe not just pressing random buttons because you might unleash space eels.
It's true, we don't know if one of those buttons is the button that is the eels button.
I'm assuming you didn't have like anywhere I could like connect and like a cable to.
No. That is in fact one of the things Adjatha was annoyed at.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed at that too, really.
Everything seems to be hard light and holograms.
Oh, if it's hardline holograms, then it has to have like wireless data then, right?
Sure thing.
Uh-huh, let me show you some wireless data. I will get back into the security chair.
The security chair will pop up and the I will rematerialize just outside of the you assume this is the command deck.
Mm-hmm. And then I will suck the camera inside, and then I will let it sit in front of Lyra's face. Behold, wireless.
Uh-huh.
There is a giant blue orb in front of you.
So,
Well, I say giant, it's more like the size of a bowling ball.
so curious question here. Have you tried taking the camera past the reactor yet?
Yeah, like that's why we know that there is deadly radiation and some corpses in it. Indeed, I can even see the wavelength of the radiation, and I will show a picture of the radiation. But,
Okay.
you know,
Okay, so next question. Does the camera have any like manipulators you can use to interact with the environment?
nope, I pass it through you.
You feel tingly.
Oh shit. Hmm.
But it's
Hmm.
otherwise incredibly fucking cool, and it controls super nice. If I
Oh,
could
yeah, that is-
control an entire spaceship like this, I would be so sad.
Oh yeah, it is super cool. I'm just trying to figure out anything to do with it. Anything about it, really?
We've already had a play around, tried to get into rooms, looked around to see if there's like loose security cameras, checked its ranges. It looks like it can't go out past the storm. It can't push into another one of these people's spaceships. It can get into ours, but it struggles a bit because we've got a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Overall, very fucking cool.
Well, then we got two choices of things. The locked rooms and the escape pod.
Yeah, you could just try and break one down, but again, that might trigger security that we don't understand.
If you can't get in there with the camera, can we like physically just see if it opens up?
That's what I just said.
Sorry, I broke up there.
You know, we could break into the actual rooms themselves, but again, we don't know if that'll set
No.
off any security and stuff. Like,
No,
we
I
shouldn't.
didn't. I
This is
didn't
not.
say.
Look,
I
if they're
didn't
private
say
rooms, it's always
break in.
breaking in.
You don't need
Yeah,
to
but
make a
that's the thing. You can't get the camera in there. What if you can just step in front of the door like we did in front of the door, getting into the ship, and it'll open up?
I suppose, maybe.
and Lyra, you don't need to make a computer roll to find any Kesha cloud data. Adjatha already tried to find data and it's all incomprehensible because it's in a language none of you speak.
Can I at least save the data down to see if we can try and translate it later?
She's already doing that.
Okay.
You have a xenoarchaeologist on the case.
Well, find me those escape pods. I'm gonna stand in front of it, see if it opens.
Okay, you're gonna.
I will guide you with the whoopity woo. I'll literally follow the leader with the camera.
Okay, is anyone else going with her?
Yeah, I'll go just because Gun and Hardy.
Okay.
I'm always with you all, in spirit and in magic floaty eye shit.
Teague, Siduri, do you want to go and investigate the escape pods?
Sure, I guess.
Sure.
Alright. So,
If that doesn't work, we go to the those rooms.
all right. So, you guys will make your way to the escape pods. It's quite a quick journey once you figure it out what floor to get off on. And when you get to the escape pods, they appear to be sealed, and when you approach, there is a small flash of orange. However, to the left of each of these escape pods are what appear to be rods inserted into the wall. It looks like you could pull down on them.
So it's basically like a lever.
Something like that. Pretty sure.
And none of these things are like opened immediately by us being near it.
They are locked.
Bolt to open, I guess, and then just get in and then it jettison them out.
If that does what it does. Which I'm saying, it could very well possibly be just pull the lever, opens up, and then you escape it in. That would be escape pod style.
You know, there's no need to rush with this, you guys. This our shit. We can come back to this over the next, like, literal actual years.
Yeah.
With
And-
science team and do everything slowly, carefully, and methodically, and also get paid for it.
And
Well, starting to be
you
good.
guys are rather taken aback because you hear Fenris's voice twice. Once in your comms, and then once from the ball as it starts pulsing.
So by the way,
Uh,
that thing comes from the ball as well.
Fenris,
Oh,
if you're
no
gonna
way.
talk, turn off your comm, or one of them anyway.
Sure. I switch off my actual earpiece and then speak through the ball.
You hear her through the ball.
Uh,
It's
Can you
almost
take-
as if she's standing right there.
Can you
This
push
is
the
really
ball
high
into?
quality audio.
Could you push the ball into an escape pod?
Nope. Already tried.
No, you didn't. No, you haven't tried pushing your ball into the escape pod
I
yet.
thought I tried. Oh, okay. I pushed it into the escape, or try to, at the very least, push into an escape pod.
You're in an escape pod. There
Oh, dope.
are a bunch of giant seeds. It is dark. You are likely to
Alright.
be eaten by.
I take it this thing doesn't care about night vision in particular.
Do you want to try squinting?
Yeah. I've so far thus found that this thing is intuitive in basically every way I'd like it to work, so I squint.
All right. You do a heckin' squint, and all of a sudden you're seeing into ultraviolet.
Woof.
Can you just think about putting on like a flashlight? It might just have like a little light function.
Maybe. I mean, this thing is a ball of light, so that's why I could see in the first place.
You can see a softly glowing ball just bouncing around on the inside. You can't hear anything she's saying anymore.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to turn on your comm piece again. We can't hear you from the ball inside there.
Oh, so picky. Okay. And then you can, hear me in here again. Yeah, I mean, the ball of light is a ball of light, and I can see in fucking ultraviolet. This shit's dope.
Okay. Anything interesting in the pod that might give us any clues at anything?
From what I can see, seats sized for people who are about like 3 meters tall or so, which makes sense. That's how all the hologram people have looked. And otherwise, that seems to be about it. There's nothing's powered on in here. I will swoosh around a little bit more, see if there's like a panel or a switch that matches the outside or inside.
There are no panels, but there are the what you now come to recognize as the projection bays for holograms. They do not flicker on when you approach.
Yeah. They don't appear to be doing anything, unfortunately. I don't know whether it's just because I'm a robot eye or not, though.
Would you like us to go down there and see if they react to like people like being there in person?
I mean, you're on the other side of the door. I will
Oh,
push
it's-
back
sorry,
through the
sorry.
door again.
I thought it was somewhere else.
Is
Nope,
there any
never
kind
mind,
of
yeah.
control on our side?
A lever that you can pull, maybe.
I'm gonna pull the lever.
All right. The door will swoosh open.
Ah, my eyes!
The escape pod will fire up, and you hear a frantic melody coming from within.
Oh, their language is totally fucking singing.
I'm gonna record that so we actually have like their singing voices or whatever.
Fenris has been doing that this whole time.
So,
I,
again, yeah, sorry, you are
Everything
going
I
to
You
say-
keep
came in at
I
the
know,
end.
I know,
Everyone already
I
did
know,
everything.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done all of our necessary smirk things.
Well, it sounds like we have nothing left to do here and should go back to the ship and head on back to Tabris.
So,
Look, these are
what do you
space
do?
whale elves.
You've opened the door. Frantic singing has begun. What do?
I don't like hearing the singing panic.
Have you?
Panic singing like alarms.
Probably. Like emergency or something like that.
Panic
Have you
mooing.
pulled the lever back up to its original position?
You attempt to move the lever. It does not move.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Well done.
Oh,
hopefully it
well.
will close itself if we leave it for a while.
Maybe.
Well, a lot of this stuff has been activated by presence. Like, there's nothing else we can try for it. You definitely don't want to fuck around with buttons and levers inside the pod, because if this thing fires an escape pod into the fucking dirt, it'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true.
Yeah, we were trying. It wasn't meant to, like pull anything here. We just were supposed to look and see, and then
But you
check
did.
the rooms.
Kina pulled the thing.
Yeah, Kina pulled the thing. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
The captain made a captainly decision.
Fuck yeah. Luckily, none of us are wearing red, so we're always safe.
Okay. So what now? What do you want to do now?
There's much left we can do.
There's obviously
I'll go
crazy
see.
risky ideas that we could just
I mean,
go
there
through.
are other pylons, and they might not be damaged. Or
All right. In the middle of your conversation, all of a sudden the door snaps closed, and there is a muted firing sound, and
fuck
the
shit.
escape pod
it's on our time.
fired off into the storm.
Ooh.
That's a good thing none of us were on that.
That's gonna be a heck of a thud.
Did it fire just? Did you follow it with your eye and see where it went?
I can't. My eye wasn't moving that quick. I didn't expect it to fire off.
It launched
I
like a
could go
rocket
look
would
for
into
it.
space. I don't think we probably know
No,
where it
into the
went.
storm.
Into the storm.
Unfortunately, the storm is the limits of my perception with this thing, for one reason or another.
You can attempt to track it, and it will enter the storm.
Yeah.
So, crazy idea here. We've gotten some data and whatnot with them and them speaking and whatnot. Why not just leave the planet with this data, see what we can get working with a cipher or translation with what we've got, and then come back?
Yeah.
We still need to drop a buoy and everything.
We did
dropped
that.
the buoy.
That before we
Okay.
entered the storm.
We need to get an extranet buoy though. We need to get a proper connection one, which is that's a whole big kettle of fish.
That's gonna be a little bit harder, considering we're like two rushes out.
Communications,
A rush.
Yeah,
and
rush.
perhaps some kind of defensive platform that dump in orbit.
Yeah.
But those kinds of things are expensive.
They are.
True, although I think that if we pick a fucking world government, then we could get a really awesome grant for that kind of shit.
True. We could get a sponsor.
Yeah.
Deal
Heck,
with
maybe
some
Altair will
corporation.
be interested. What a fucking prince for him.
So this thing's
This planet has been claimed. Citizens, do not be alarmed. This planet has been claimed by the Brotherhood of Steel.
So out of curiosity here, once the like if these ships do get turned off eventually, would the storms stop being like the super huge continental storms?
We don't know. Maybe.
Could I make like a
We're pretty
science
sure
roll to
we're
guess at
pretty
that?
sure these are making the storms in order to recharge the battery.
Yeah.
Part of like Operation Automated Seeding. Only issue is, of course, anything else is just intuiting.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, if I could try and make like a science roll, to, like, see if they like already had naturally large storms here, and then it's just amplified them, or if this is just.
I don't want to keep rubbing it in, but that was already done.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys on the hologram can see the process of the planet being terraformed, and the first question they asked is, were there giant storms? And I said no.
I'm just gonna shut up with any ideas I have.
No, you're coming up with a bunch of great ideas. The problem is, so did everyone else. I'm sorry, Amxal. Everyone already did the big smart things.
And a number of occasions went, oh fuck, just know how to make a test. But we did actually manage to get through on raw gumption.
You also missed Scout just keep rolling 20s and everyone rolling real high to figure stuff out. So
Yeah,
Scout rolled
I crit
20s
to
in a
figure out these controls for like the ship in general, and then crit to figure out like escape shit so far.
Well, I'm glad that you
Okay,
guys,
so-
in the absence of this nerd, were able to do nerd things.
Yeah, and like that's why I just wanted us to check the escape pod and not, activate them.
There
It's
are
the same thing
several
with.
left.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's a lot of money that just flew into a giant continental-sized storm.
Yeah,
just
well,
put
we
it
can get
that way
another
then.
one. We will find it again at some point.
Yeah, so can we go to the quarters, to those what you couldn't penetrate, so to
mean,
speak,
Maybe the
without
Sure.
without the captain pulling any extra levers? Ready, please.
I mean, you guys had an hypothesis, and then you tested the hypothesis, and the hypothesis was proven to be a fact.
Yeah, no, it was good to know that if you pull these levers and wait a little bit, the escape pod will fire.
it turns on a timer. Yeah.
I turned
There's
on a
no
timer
other
for
way to access the escape pods, as far as we can tell right now.
upon pulling the lever, I set a timer on Google Timer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's good to know. It's good information.
Smart job not climbing in.
It would have been really funny.
Good.
I'm telling you, you would have survived it, but it would have been really funny to fire one of you off through the storm.
Fuck
is-
shit!
I was really hoping you guys would, but the thing is, Scout was correct in surmising that the reason why you guys couldn't just open the thing is because once it's open, it's good to go. And so you'd need you would have needed to be like part of the crew to do it, or in case like you're part of the crew and you accidentally left like your ID card, just pull the lever.
It is
Yeah.
possible that maybe the escape pod is very durable, and maybe once we get back to the ship, we can have the ship track where its trajectory went. Maybe it is salvageable or even intact.
Totes.
Yeah. Let's go to the ship and find out then, since I don't think we have anything left here.
Well, you guys can attempt to enter the locked rooms if you wish. I'm going to tell you that unless you try to break through it, you can't. There are no levers.
Let's not try and break anything.
There are no levers to emergency access someone's private quarters. You either have to have authorization, or you could always get an ion torch.
Well, and the ones that aren't locked.
And the ones that aren't locked are exactly as Scout described them to you when she was floating around in her magic orb.
So, just to be sure here, the only bodies that we've seen here are the ones by the reactor, right? Do they have anything that
Yeah.
look like key cards on them?
I looked, they had a bunch of tools in their hands, but otherwise were ultra mummified. They did have cards, they aren't obvious in any way.
Okay.
Even if they did, you need Mecha Sieg to go and do anything down there.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure like those are the only bodies we've seen so far. Like there weren't anything like on the way in or anything.
Yeah, no, those are the only bodies. And after looking around and the fact that there are missing escape pods surmised, the rest actually did use the escape pods to escape.
Wait,
Wait a
make a
minute.
see when you. How durable is Tam?
Oh, he's not Mecha Sieg, right?
He's not made of the kind of stuff that the machine would need to survive in that kind of radiation.
Yeah, that radiation burned out his
Even if he
electronics
did,
basically.
he'd absorb all the. Even if he did somehow make it out alive, quote unquote, he would have absorbed all the radiation and just kill you once he came back up.
If he even got through it, which he probably won't, because that radiation would probably fry his electronics, he would be bad to have come back.
Yeah, massively radiated.
Unfortunately, but
So
that just means Operation Mecha.
So, okay. You guys said escape pods had fired, but this was a terraforming ship that, like, was this thing crashed into here, or
There is
From the
some
looks of
damage.
it, it had been damaged.
Yeah.
cause I'm trying to figure out, like, if it was a terraforming ship and it came to this world, why would there be escape pods if it was supposed to come
it
down
was-
here?
It might not have been meant to come down here. Like this lightning thing could very well have been an emergency procedure because the actual engine, the reactor for this place, turned into a radioactive hell explosion.
Also, in sci-fi, even ships that can enter atmosphere will have escape pods on them because what happens if your ship gets blasted to hell, or the radiation melt, the
Well-
fucking engine melts down.
No, I get the escape pod. Every ship should have that. I was just thinking, like, if the ship was supposed to be down here, and you know,
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
supposed
not.
to be
I
down
get,
here.
I get you. I get you. Okay. So, Sieg is the only one that can survive that radiation. We couldn't get like some super
Sieg-
heavy duty hazmat.
Sieg can't survive that radiation.
I mean,
Even-
after we get our mech.
Yeah.
We would need some kind of specialized robot drone to go in there, or something made out of the ship, but some kind of drone designed to work in heavily irradiated area would also probably work for a time.
And also, you're not entirely sure how those engineers managed to ensure that the radiation didn't travel above their deck, and burrowing down might just end up killing you. Or just hopelessly irradiating this place for hundreds of years. So you need to find a crafty solution.
Okay, all right.
And
Well-
presumably an expensive one.
And
So-
presumably
Well,
something
you-
you could probably do once you actually were able to speak the language and find out exactly what was wrong and what they did.
So just to make sure, has
Well,
someone recorded like what the radiation is, like the actual wavelengths and stuff of it?
Yes.
Okay.
We believe it to be some kind of isotope of Savicite.
Okay.
Well, we do know when there's available material, it does, jettison into a storm.
Or you could, go find some compressed lithium and then ask the weapon things if they can give you some sort of gem armor to survive. That's totally 100% something they would be able to do.
Yeah, but we still have what's it called, the quantum computer still chewing on potential sources.
Of which you found several. Sadly, they're outside of the scope of the planetary rush for now.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the ones available, that should be. There's still, if there's more within reach, that is.
Indeed.
So that's what it's chewing on. Because that was a shit ton of data to go through.
Hmm.
All right. Well, shall we check the other pylons?
Yeah, can we get in the other pylons, or are they inaccessible?
So, strangely enough, when you enter the other pylons, the orange symbol you're oh so familiar with lights up. It seems like there was no entrance with these strange never-ending fires and
What?
right here
Yeah.
in front of this one there are two little obelisks with each having an eternal flame.
Oh, those, I would assume those are some kind of like engine.
That
You
is an
aren't sure,
assumption.
but there are indeed three. Only one is accessible for now.
Do the other ones have like the orange fire, like fire type things here
Nope.
that they could be light? No, so only this one has it.
Indeed.
Oh, so it's like a
What?
memorial that they left.
That could
Mm,
well be the case. Or
there
something really
anything-
just their language is song it.
Is there anything distinct around them, like any sort of like groove that might be a door?
There are
Or
indeed
carvings.
doors. There are indeed doors, but in front of the other two, there are made of the same material and with less wear on. Well, actually, I'd say less, but almost no wear on their path. There are what appear to be altars and nothing else.
Altars isn't like altars like this or altars like that?
Not like the one in front. Not like these. Not like these. It's just each of them has a lone and level plinth in front of them, and well, you can do a scan and you can find evidence at least that at one point there was biological material here. Of closest that Dr. Agathi can tell you is sorry, Dr. Anal can tell you is plant matter.
Hmm. Does it look like the plant matter would be like burned in that then, or just stored there?
Seems to have been simply laid it over the top. There are no evidence of carcinogen.
It's probably a stupid idea. It probably won't work. But like, what if this is like a Zelda thing where we have to light up like the altars here and then the doors open?
So, like I said, only these two have eternal flames. The other two have simply one lone and level plinth and pathways that are far less worn than the one up to this.
Okay, so the two side towers, they're like bowls or whatever, they're plinths or whatever. Do they look basically the same as each other's?
Yes.
Like exact same. Okay.
Let me put it this way: there is no logic puzzle here.
All right, fine. I
But
won't.
one of you has already guessed what these things are.
Churches
Alright.
or memorials.
Okay. All right. I'll stop trying to think. like some puzzle. I can get the eternal flames from here over to, like there, and that'll open it. And probably
Yeah, you need to
kill
get that before your Deku stick melts.
it. Oh well, I got nothing.
All right. So, what do you are all gathered outside of this central?
Let's recall the doctors and the commandos inside.
You hear two simultaneous exclamations of dismay.
The whiny nerd noises intensify.
Yep.
Once we have more resources at our disposal, we'll bring you back. We will return. There's not much that can be done right now. And it's just the two of you.
Check out scans and data to work through. And let's see if we can find that escape pod wherever it got shot off the hell.
Yes, we're going to need to look for that. See if we can find that escape.
Okie dokie. Back to your ship then.
Yes.
Yep.
Maybe the prince has woken back up.
I hope so. Could use a good thing to pound my frustrations out on.
So you're back on the ship, and what would you like to do first? Hurry to your instruments or check on the prince?
You guys check the instrument. I'm going to radio down to the brig.
One of the commandos will greet you.
How are the prisoners?
Unconscious for the most part,
Still?
though it has only been several hours.
Still, I thought
Do
they
you
would have woken up by now.
Do you
You
want
said for
me
the most
to?
part?
The prone chocolate wolf. He woke up for a little bit and then went back to sleep.
So they're all down. All right. Let me know when they wake up.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So let's try and track the trajectory of that escape pod.
Sure thing. Sounds like a Starship Computers rule if I ever heard one.
Okay.
And now you get bonuses and assistance and all that good shit.
Yeah. Have like 30.
All right, you are able to swoosh up on out of this rather large storm and follow the scheduled trajectory. It has now landed at the tail end of one of the split off storms that come from this massive one.
Like safe enough to go down and get it, or like we need to wait like a day or two for it to pass by to get down to it?
Well, Fenris, you can take a look at it and just kind of think to yourself, I'll give that like 3 hours.
I could totally scoop that bitch.
You could go now, or you could go comfort the giant shark.
Do you know that giant shark is awfully sad that we're leaving?
Get
Yeah,
us
it'll be
into
like 3 hours.
3 hours is good enough time for a quickie.
Yeah. Just a quickie.
Take us up into orbit, then we'll sit it out for a bit. Wait for the storm to clear.
Yeah.
All right. You can easily find the good doctor. And now that she's out of sight of the captain, her pout isn't quite so pronounced. But you can still see that she's not so stoked about leaving one of the greatest finds of history just sitting around. And she is just going through her scans. She'll is very down for some distraction.
Nice. I distract her with My mouth and penis.
Don't you mean this distraction of that distraction?
Stretch, but you got there, sure.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go and find my doctor.
And sending big old fucking dick pics.
Yeah, I gotta
Everyone,
follow up on that.
2 of the crew go off to their respective doctors slash beta.
Oh, no, our prisoners are not awake yet.
Yeah. It's already been a few hours. Thought they'd be awake by now.
I suppose what they went
They're
through was
probably
very
tired.
Apparently, the prince did wake up very briefly, but then passed out again. I've told the guards down there to let us know when they wake up.
All right. So a few hours will pass, and then Dr. Gothi will no longer be too disappointed because she's too busy in a fuck stupid.
She's too busy
And-
being high out of her mind.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know that state. That's a good state. Good
yeah,
job.
and Fenris is gonna have to make a wiggle check to get out of Dr. Null's embrace, but can eventually make it back to her pilot seat.
Yep.
All right. So,
Luckily, I'm so lubricated, I just slip free.
wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right. So, you guys are able to land your ship. I don't have a map for this, but you are able to land your ship and locate the escape pod. It is its nose is jutted a few feet into the ground, but it is for the most part intact. It appears that when you make escape pods, you kind of make them tough.
Nice.
That's good.
Engines are burned out of whatever fuel it used, but I mean, it is salvageable.
Yeah, let's take that baby back to the ship and see what we can get off it.
I guess it probably used most of that fuel up because it wasn't shot while it was in space.
Probably.
Mm.
See, that's why I initially wanted to see if we could not configure it out. But
Whatever,
did it
we
have
learned.
anything, something to? Oh yeah. Now at least it has something to study. As well have internal scanners.
Yeah,
Try
that
to
is true,
find
actually.
out the
Being able to
conversation.
take real ass solid motherfucking proof to whoever we go to for like a sponsorship for this shit seems like a good idea. Because otherwise what we just did sounds fucking impossible.
Yeah.
To scam someone.
Well, we're bringing literal upper, like what is that? What's the term again?
Precursor?
Like, yeah, precursor, but there's usually like, not generation, tier, like technology tier, 1 or 2 above us.
One or two, but you overestimate our technology that we have right now.
Okay, 3 or 4, but still, we're bringing back a 300 presumed dead, 300-year-old presumed dead prince, and technology that is multiple generations above anything we can create.
Yeah. It's just decent enough to actually make somebody
We
go,
have a strong
not
case.
immediately go, that's bullshit.
Yeah, we have a pretty strong case.
Just have to figure out who
And,
we want
our
to
fuck,
go to.
don't forget our fucking ship.
Yeah, speaking of that, Prince, what are we actually going to do with him?
I don't know. We'll try and talk to him first, see what he wants, what his deal is.
Yeah, hopefully he isn't just like the leader of like a tentacle cult.
Hmm.
Once you guys are done finally loading everything onto the ship, It'll be about a half an hour later, and then, Captain, you get a crackle over your over your Captain. The one of the prisoners, the chocolate wolf, is awake.
The male? The prince?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
There's a long pause. We think so.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
there was four chocolate-skinned royal guards. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
They
it's
all-
more like they look at the prince and then go, maybe? Maybe it's a boy?
I've always wanted to meet
uh,
Oscar royalty.
red mere head scratching.
one designated as prince.
The royalty formerly known as Prince.
All right.
Mm.
I'll let everyone else know that the prince seems to has woken up at last.
Oh,
Nice.
fun. I've always wanted to meet Oscar royalty.
Well, I thought you looked yourself in the mirror. You keep calling yourself being such a queen.
Shake my head idly. You guys go on ahead, I guess. I'm not super fussed at. I mean, I never had any interaction with outside history and stuff at all. I'll
I mean,
listen.
it could be fun.
I'm not so much into BOI boys.
I mean, I was more thinking about like
Well, you
talking
could-
with him and figuring out if he's actually a tentacle cult. But yeah, sure.
No, you weren't. That's a lie, a bold-faced lie.
Well, you could fuck one of his guards. That works too.
Yeah. So,
Look, they've been through a lot.
yeah, you you hear Fenris saying not so much into BOI boys, and then you look at her fucking at her codex, and this is just her background in the
Tits and abs. This is about right, yeah. I like tits and abs.
Fair
And
enough.
of course, I do enjoy big butts. I am incapable of telling falsehoods about it.
Okay.
I guess I will go with Lyra down to the bridge.
Yeah, you're not alone. I'm bringing a gun just to make sure.
Sieg is going to, I assume. Mostly
Yes.
because of all the royal guards. Yeah, it turns out that all these royal guards have one thing in common. It seems that the prince really enjoyed the company of his guards, and also really liked his chicks with dick.
You don't say. Good
I
taste.
know, right? The most surprising thing that we've ever figured out. And when this character was incepted, he was a big, strong, manly man. But Amxal decided that she was having none of that.
Look, okay, look. He could have had a big, strong man, just had a really royal butt plug, but you decided to turn him into a femboy with the butt plug.
No, you definitely described
that
them
was-
multiple
yeah.
times as some mystical fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I don't regret it.
Immediate
fine.
face heel turn. All right, so the prince is kind of looking around groggily and doesn't really appear to be all that.
Ah,
Well, it's tentacled, so it's probably gonna take a little while.
he never had tentacles in him. Or we didn't see him have tentacles in him.
Nope. Well, I mean, not in his body not in his body.
I'll wave him over. Hello there. Good enough to speak or pay attention to conversations at least. Shake head, yes, nod no, all that type of thing.
Who are you? Where am I?
You're on board the Argonaut.
You're in a bit of deep space. It's probably been
Space.
it's
What do
a
you-
lot to go over for you.
What do you last remember?
We were celebrating my birthday, and then we found some cool tech, and then we ended up on the other side of the galaxy. I mean, really far away.
Yeah, you're still in the
and
faraway part of the
ooh,
galaxy.
and then impromptu beach party, and something happened with the ship.
All right. Well, we'll take it from the top here. On your beach party there, y'all got what's the best word for this? Tentacled? Psychic tentacled.
No, oh, no, wait, I remember now. It's like after we took off, we took too long, and the storm hit us, and we crashed, and there were all these. It felt so good.
Mm-hmm. So then, any of you or your party goers like pick up a strange egg before being on the planet, or was you found an egg on the planet?
I think they're just in that cave.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. To
How
make a
long was I down there?
well, and I will pull up my data pad with the date. Um, try not to be too shocked by this, but roughly 300-ish years. 300-ish years is about right, right, Strain, our character.
Yep.
Yeah, about 300 years.
He'll just stare at you and stare at the date and just walk over back to his bed and lay down.
Bit shocking, I know.
I like this guy's style. I will admit that.
Are you
Nah,
hungry?
It's too much. He's going back to sleep.
Yeah, I figured that'd probably be the biggest shock for him. Give him time to process that one for a bit.
I'll get Melly to make some food for them.
Okay.
Has he seen Dzaan? When did Dzaan become a thing?
Oh yeah, was on
Pretty
around 300
recently.
years ago?
No.
Oh, they probably has never seen a John.
You should get the ex-prince addicted to your penis.
We should.
I-
We totally should.
Do believe they were around, yeah?
Were they? Okay. I thought they were only within the last couple hundred years, but I don't remember.
What about Leithan's?
I don't remember either. We can look it up.
Hey, Savin.
I think Leithans have been around for about, well over 1,000 years.
Okay, so you would recognize a Leithan,
Oh yeah.
but not a Dzaan.
I mean,
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
it's Dzaan
because-
too. I mean, if he's been
Yeah,
gone
because
for
Leithan's
300 years, that's only 1.5 planet rushes. Like, it's not
Yeah.
really a long time.
Yeah, no wonder. Leithans have been around pretty recently because they're from fucking Alpha Centauri.
Yeah.
We went there pretty quickly, according to the timeline in
Yeah.
this game.
So at least he has that familiarity.
All right. Mel is going to prepare like like a good chicken pot pie and some mashed potatoes and.
Hi, it's traditional Ausar comfort food.
You got her on New Texas. She doesn't know nor really care to make anything else other than really good like Texan comfort.
I suppose
What
it's
we're
fun.
after is a mac and cheese, but that mac and cheese needs to be full of barbecue sauce and bacon.
Yeah.
Ew, barbecue sauce and
no,
mac
no,
and cheese?
No.
Oh yeah, have you never had barbecue and cheese? Come on now.
And that's gross,
No,
but
that
bacon
sounds-
and mac and cheese is great.
Oh yes,
Yes.
bacon and mac and
Yeah,
cheese is fantastic.
bacon on mac and cheese, that's great. If you sprinkle it on top so you can separate that mixed in.
What? No,
Wonder what you got
I
salt in this.
make the white sauce roux around the cooked bacon, so it uses bacon fat instead of butter or margarine or oil.
Huh.
I make it with that, and then because I just love the flavor, I add like a capful or two of liquid smoke.
And in
Fucking
my case,
delicious.
cooking like pork and stuff in bacon is always delicious, and so by its very nature, you have barbecue in the mac and cheese. Y'all are crazy for dismissing it
Anyway.
out of hand. It's fantastic, and you should give it a fucking go.
No,
But you're not crazy. You
That's
didn't.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So at
So-
least he's gonna get some delicious treaty food.
Yeah.
So eventually he'll wake back up again, and we can, trot on off to the future, where he'll wake up again and accept the food. And Dr. Amala will insist that once you get the information you want, that she give him a complete overview.
Oh,
you
yeah,
are
probably
you are the
good.
psychologist, so that
You
would be
check
your.
if they've been psychically compromised.
I mean, there are checks for that, so she's gonna sit and do a big ol' heckin' think. You guys paid a lot of money for her, so she's got.
The big numbers.
She does the Rorschach test, but every answer is tentacles. Like, I don't know. Doesn't seem legit.
Yeah. Oh.
And an extra plus on that, so it's 30 plus.
Oh yeah, it is 30.
Yeah, we're on a ship full of nice smells that make your brain get.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Clean air and all.
she'll go over the overview, and I'll use that 29 on all the guards as well, before coming back to you, Cap. It seems like he was used for several years as a incubator for those things, so eventually his mental fortitude was shattered and was unable to resist the control of the collective as a whole. He is not a cultist, but it will likely require many years of psychotherapy to recover completely. Likewise, his royal guards. It seems
Not-
like they were used for several years to grow the colony and then put into stasis.
Not unexpected.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Yeah.
If I had to hazard a guess, the tentacles wanted to leave the planet, but 2 ships in a row came there damaged, and yours was the undamaged one, which is why they fought so fiercely to get aboard.
Dicks. Going after our baby.
Most likely, if you guys had fallen in the combat, they would simply have impregnated you and then used you to spread throughout the stars, and then
They
who
tried
knows
doing that.
from what.
Perhaps we should jettison the parasite, the samples into space.
What? No, that made the doctor really sad.
We found better shit.
Prince Ash is gonna take a heckin' snooze up here, and then all of a sudden, Siggy's over here.
I'm an emotional support bunny if you need it, Prince. You look like you're having a tough time.
He just wants to go and take another nap.
Okay.
And
It's
Well,
okay. It won't be
let's
more than a
run
day or
ahead.
two before his boy pussy craves.
oh, don't worry, it'll come back to him. But it seems like the royal guards are rather nonplussed by most of the situation, and the craziness just didn't get to them as much. Prince Ash, you see, he was royal boy pussy, so he got tentacled and good.
Yeah, he seems like he needs a good lap pillow and a good head rub.
I mean, if you're offering.
He's probably
Well,
emotionally distraught, and I
when
would
you're
like
s-
to help him out.
when you're saying jettison the samples into space, I think you mean jettison them straight into an incinerator.
Straight into literally the sun? Yeah, sure.
Nah, cram them in a Savasite engine. I'll be like, why is our ship's running real good? It's on turbo, but it just turns out that you got a really good mix of psychic monster blood to Savasite core.
And that is how the ship became sentient.
Yay.
No,
But what if
I think
yes?
I know. Just what if we instead burn the shit out of all those fucking tentacles spreading? What is that shit from? Oh, what was that name? The Halo series and
The
The
Flood?
Flood.
Dead Space.
Yeah, the flood.
Yeah.
The Flood, and then the Dead Space ones were necromorphs.
Necros. Yeah.
Man,
So
Dead Space was so
effectively
much cooler than Halo. Don't at me.
Yeah. So effectively, rape, tentacle rape, flood. It's like no, we're just gonna nip this in the bud. Blah, blah, blah. Burn it all.
Well, for all the other samples, you won't face any resistance, but if you try to take the xenobiologist sample, you're going to have to face an angry shark.
Look, she's prepared. She has literally put it in a container that's full of just psychic dampeners and shit. It should actually be okay. But let her know that they are sentient enough to have probably wanted the fuck out of space in the first place. So be careful not to give it exactly what it wants.
Yeah,
She needs to
mentioning
do
that.
experiments on it for science. And
Yeah,
also
but
she's
how
going-
long
we got-
until those experiments involve putting the alien up her butt?
I mean, first of all, she'd put it up her pussy. Second of all,
Not with that name, she
she
wouldn't.
needs to. Well, I mean, listen. She has to keep one or two. She has to keep that open for Fenris.
No, but see, you put the alien egg up there, and then Fenris does it in there, and that fertilizes it. I know how these things work. Can't fool
Alright,
me.
I'm
There
going to
is-
have a conversation with
I was
her.
talking about all the living samples I was referring to because all the, pulled out of the people that was done.
Everything except for the one sample we're keeping has been gotten rid of.
Okay, then we're good.
We weren't just like dumping them in a crate where they can sit and writhe. Like, I'll take that out later.
Whoosh. Destroy it into the burning pit there.
Just shoot them off into a planet full of a race that you guys don't like. It's fine.
No,
I suppose I will, in that case, just have a conversation with Dr. Renault. No esoteric experiments. Don't take that thing out of its container if you have to. And no tests on yourself, please, God.
Ah, this conversation around two.
Yes. Just making sure these things can psychically dominate people. I just want to avoid any possible issue.
Oh, fine. But I am gonna go sit on your pilot now.
That's fine.
Pilot's like just desperately chugging protein drinks. For some reason, no matter when she drinks, she's not putting any protein back in her body again. It's been made with delicious strawberry milk, though.
Alright, and Siggy, at the end of this quote-unquote night, you are both being held in the arms of and holding a 4 chocolate pupper.
Excellent.
You are, in fact, in a dog pile.
This is a 4-dog night right here.
Yep.
Everything I could have ever wanted.
Yep. It's strange. You really did think that your body was more of a gray-black tone than a off-white. Crazy how that works.
Just, you know, do it at home sort of paint job. It's fine.
It's fine. So, you guys are in orbit around the planet. You can drop off your boy, but there's also the most important matter. This planet has no name. And has two
Ooh.
celestial bodies orbiting it.
Hmm.
Or
Like the
rather,
moon.
Planet face.
Planet E McPlanet Face. Yes.
Oh my god, no! I refuse to let it be called that. No.
Hold on. Clearly, in true tits fashion, we should roll on the giant table of backer submitted names.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how that works. All the planets, except Doll,
I mean,
are named
Doll,
off
Doll
of this
just
list.
reminds me of fucking the Doll Corporation from goddamn Borderlands.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had that table, Savin,
Yeah, someone roll me
let's do it.
1d 230.
All
Hey,
right.
Captain, that sounds like a you thing.
Such an odd dice number.
Well, that's how many names are on this
Sorry,
list.
I use right.
158.
158.
Why
Alright.
does it actually be planet face? What is it?
It's certainly a tentacle monster reference.
Ha!
How appropriate.
Perfect. How appropriate.
planet what?
Wow, that is fucking stunningly apt.
Isn't it though?
This was
Alright.
destined. Destined.
How do
Tentacle
you
Planet
pronounce
is
that?
being renamed
Cephaloporia?
Cephaloporia.
Yep.
Alright, so Cephaloporia, and you have two orbiting bodies. Are you gonna call it Moon 1 and Moon 2?
Wait. No. Question. Are you sure it's that because Cephaloporia is a flower, or are you talking about something else?
Well, it's close enough to be
As
to be
in cephalopod.
Yeah. So
Yes, Cephaloporia is a flower.
it's
It's a
close enough.
double. It's a double on then at the very least. It's cephalopod.
That just makes it funnier.
Yep.
Alright, so is it gonna be Moony McMoonface and Moony McScoot?
No.
Oh.
Obviously, we should just call it Cephalus 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah.
I'm sorry, we've got Cephalus.
Yeah, we got two cephalus, type 2.
What about Bucephalus?
Garabius
Really? I thought you had like one calm tit and one party tit.
Yeah, I guess I don't. You got two orbs, and you just got boring with their names. See how it is. All right, so let me also put that in my GM notes. Party has claimed a tentacle planet, named it Cephaloporia.
We're really ticking off our sci-fi punch card.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
When do we get attacked by sentient gas?
I mean, that already happened, remember?
Again?
You guys did that in the time loop, where the sentient gas was overloading the engines.
Yep.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Shit.
And that was also the time
I'm
loop
a bingo!
episode, so yeah.
And it was also
Bingo.
the time loop episode where where it turned out the Siegwulfe was actually Sieg from a different timeline because you guys had been looped there for 2 weeks.
And I was right.
And Hedrah was right again. So, what now? Orbit above the planet.
Get XP
What
and
would
go
you
to
like
bed.
to do? That does sound like the thing. So, I guess we'll end this with you guys thinking about what you want to do next week. Make sure that everything's checked off, and we'll go back to the start.
I
Our start
figure
page
next
gets
week
ever
is...
busier.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm just going to put off 4 next to the Royal Guards.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you want each individual one, it doesn't bother me.
I mean,
So,
I
these
do,
are-
but I can understand it's cluttering.
Yeah, well, I keep your crew up here.
You mixed up some puppers.
These guys
Did we?
aren't your crew.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
We
got
did. Yeah, we did.
you got the road. You got the road guards. You got Day, Bay, Ray, and Janice.
So, got it organized where your crew's up here. Your waifus, once you waifu them, move below your token, and along with whatever you couldn't move Rioln under Fenris. Don't think they're
Too big.
all right. So, is there anything anyone would like to do or say before we draw the session to a close? All right, that's me.
Okay, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for Borks. Till then, have a good one.